Hey everyone, it's Sarah Fleming from Prepare to Die Papercrafts, and today we're going to make this card and a variation of these bags. We're actually going to make it different from both of them, but also the same. And so I'm going to show you what we're working with today. I'm going to show you the things that we're working with. We've got the Cauldron Bubble stamp set and framelits, and actually I'm going to bring in the full suite here from the holiday catalog of the Toil Trouble suite, so you can see what all goes with the Toil Trouble suite share. So if you haven't heard about my suite shares, I'm offering shares where you can get half of the consumables that are in the suite. So half of the paper, cardstock, ribbon, spiders, well in this one it's spiders, any kind of embellishments, you would get half of everything. And there's a consumables price, and then if you wanted to add on the stamp set, you could do that. If you wanted to add on the dies, you could do that as well. So if you are interested in learning more about the suite shares, go to this address. It's this eepearl.com/lowercase d capital E 75 low df. So, but you could also just go to my blog and follow a link at the bottom of the latest blog post. And my blog is preparetodie.net, and die is spelled D-Y-E. Okay, so in this suite share, in the Toil and Trouble suite share, it's going to include the Toil and Trouble paper. And as you can see, I've chopped up a bunch of this paper because I love it, and I've used a ton of it already. And there's also a cardstock pack. These are the stamps, and these are the dies, and it's all awesome. And then the stamps coordinate with both the dies, and the dies coordinate with both the stamps and the paper. You can actually cut things out of the paper, like this. I cut this little witch's hat out of the paper using the framelit. So you can do that. And then it also includes the spiders, which are super cute. And this amazing ribbon. This is the black 3/8 inch glittered organdy ribbon. It's so pretty. You just, until you see it in person, you just don't know how pretty it is. It's so pretty. So it includes those things. And then the baker's boxes, they come white, and I spritzed this one with Gorgeous Grape just to see what it looked like. And actually I think it came out really cool for a Halloween thing. But then you can also use these later for Christmas things. You could put like 4 little mini cupcakes in here, giant cookies. I haven't yet decided what I'm going to put in mine. So all of this would be included in the suite share for Toil and Trouble. And the consumables only option is $27, so you get half of all the consumables. And then if you wanted to add the stamps, that's $52, and if you wanted to add the dies, that's $79. So keep that in mind as you watch me make things. And if you're interested, follow the links that I told you about. All right, so now we can move this stuff and move this stuff, and we'll go back to our card. So here's my, this is the card we're gonna start with. And I've got some basic black cardstock. That's our card base. There's this 4 1/4 by 11 and then scored at 5 1/2. And then I have a piece of Whisper White. I didn't want all of the black to show like you normally do, a 1/4 inch off of each end, but I wanted it to be skinnier. I like skinny mats a lot. So I cut it at 4 and, what is that? 4 1/8 and 5 3/8. So we're gonna start by stamping. Let me show you these stamps. This is from the Spooky Sweet stamp set. And I'm gonna use this little texture piece here. I love this. This is super cute. It coordinates with this Twinkle Builder Punch that's in that baby suite, the Twinkle Twinkle suite in the annual catalog. I love that they brought out Halloween stuff to go with that. So you can make a moon out of it like I did on this little bag. All right, so we're gonna use that for the texture, and we're using Gorgeous Grape. And we're just kind of going around the edges of where the paper is gonna land. This is kind of one of my go-to layouts when I'm making cards with like the Memories and More cards, because a lot of the cards in there are 3 by 4. So I'll use this layout a lot for stuff like this. So there's no rhyme or reason to how I did that. I'm just clean that real quick. If you don't have one of these Simply chamois, they're awesome. Okay, so done with that stamp. And then we're gonna let's go, we can go ahead and glue that down. If I can find my glue. There it is. So we're gonna glue this, and then we're gonna glue down our other paper, and then we'll do all of our punching. That's the wrong side. We'll do it this way. And so there we go. I think I think I glued it down the right direction. If not, that's fine. Whatever. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, and then I have two little pieces from the Toil Trouble paper. This is really hard paper to cut up, so I've been cutting it up as much as I possibly can, with the promise that I will buy myself a pristine new pack, and then it'll be okay because I won't have to deal with having it all chopped up. But look how cute it is on both sides. It's really cute. So we're gonna put the ghosts down first, and I don't know if you could see on these little ghosts. They're like, they have little gorgeous grape shading and some smoky slate shading. They're just cute. Or maybe that's gray granite. I'm not sure what gray they used in that. I'm not sure that there's a gray listed in the colors for the paper. Okay. Now, also included in the suite in the catalog are new Stampin' Blends. They're not included in my suite shares, but we do have new Stampin' Blends coming. So I'm gonna glue down the ghosts, and now I'm gluing down the bats. And the bats coordinate with the punch. Let me show you. Before I glue it down, let me show you what I mean. So you can actually stick the paper into the bat punch, line that up, and punch out 3 bats. We're not gonna do that this time. We're gonna glue the bats down. But yeah, so one of the things included in the Toil and Trouble suite that's not in the suite shares is the new Mango Melody Stampin' Blends and Basic Black. And I was so happy to see Basic Black and Mango Melody. I love Mango Melody. I was really happy to see Basic Black because I felt like we were really missing having a black in the blends group. I can show you. So here's the black. Remember, if you color with the brush end, color on the side of the brush, not on the tip. And then slightly lighter there. There's not much of a shade difference there. You could probably get by with just having the dark one and then use it with Smoky Slate. And then here are the Mango Melody ones, which go really well with Daffodil Delight. So you can use the Daffodil Delight as your lighter colors, and then bring in the Mango Melody on top because they go really nicely together. So that's some good coordination. Anyway, so those are in there. And now we're gonna start punching things. And instead of, see on this card, in case you can't see, I've got bats up on dimensionals, and I cut those out of Basic Black cardstock. This time I'm gonna cut them out of the black foil. That's also included in the suite and in the suite shares. I'm gonna need a different piece because I've punched too many bats out of that one. What did I do with it? I stuck it over here somewhere because I was gonna tell you about it, and then I forgot to tell you about it. So the black foil sheets are included in everything if we can find them, and if not, we're gonna have to cut them out of the black cardstock, which is what I'll do. So what happened to my foil? Okay, well, we won't worry about it. So we'll just cut those out of black cardstock. Put that over here so I don't lose everything under it. And then we're gonna pop this up on baby dimensionals. And since I can't tell which side is which, you can tell on the foil. Oh, and I'll show you, I did a foil one yesterday, so you can see how they're shiny. And then, so we'll pop this up. Make sure you've got the right side and not the back side, because they're not perfectly symmetrical bats. So I think this is gonna be the back. We'll glue these, or pop these down with the baby dimensionals. Yeah, there's another dimensional. have one on my finger still, and I don't know why. So this one, I could put either place. I'll put it here. If you put it in the other place, it'll hang off a little off the edge of the paper, but not off the edge of the card, so that's good. I've lost my dimension. They're right in front of me. I was looking to the side where I normally keep them during videos. And these little baby dimensionals are just the right size where they don't overlap your bats. Or if they do, it's just a little. Oh, for some reason, that dimensional is not very sticky, so I'm going to put a little glue on it. Just a little. Okay, we're going to glue him here. And then this one, that's not the right way. That's the right way. Okay, so you really do have to check these bats or else you won't be able to get the right overlap on them. And then now we're going to punch out of the kitty cat paper, and that is a really hard paper to use because the kitty cat paper on the other side are the witches, and they're super cute. And this one, the one with the gray hat and the purple and orange dress, you can cut her out with the dies. But we're going to do it anyway because I'm going to buy myself a new pack of paper. And there are 2 sheets of everything. So that will go on big dimensionals. I'm still completely baffled as to where my black foil went. Okay, so there's that. And then the Happy Halloween, I've already punched that one and or I've already stamped it and cut it out. Oh, I didn't cut it out very straight, but we'll use it anyway. So what I did was I used the Merry Christmas to all the, what are they called? The Christmas greetings thinlits that are in that bundle with Merry Christmas to all that are coming in the holiday catalog. I cut it once on the left side, and then I came in again and moved the die and cut it again on the right side. And I'll actually be showing you that on the other project because I'm kind of doing the same thing, or I am doing exactly the same thing on the other project, just with a different die. So I'm going to put a dimensional on the right side and a little bit of glue on the left because the glue is going to overlap the thing that's already up on dimensionals. So we're just going to put this down and see if I can get it right. I've been putting, for the last 2 weeks, I've been, like, everything that I've been putting on dimensionals has gone on crooked. See, just like that. Okay. So, and then we're going to tie a bow with our beautiful Organdy ribbon. And I like this ribbon. It's got, it's almost like, it doesn't really have wire in the edges, but it has a little bit of stiffness in the edges. And so you can really kind of make it do your bidding. Because like I did this one's kind of flat. But then the other one is kind of super, you know, I kind of made it puffier. I don't know if that makes sense. But that's what I did. And let's see. Well, I'm telling you that it'll do your bidding, and then it's not doing my bidding. Come on, don't embarrass me, ribbon. Okay. So, oh, what happened to my scissors? My scissors are gone too, but I have like 12 pairs right next to my workspace, so we'll be fine. But my good ones are gone. Okay, so fiddle with that a bit, angle that off. And that one's fine. And then we'll stick that on with a glue dot. And there we go. And that was a quick and easy card with the Toil Trouble stuff. And then one stamp from Spooky Sweets, which is really fun stamp set. Okay, so that's our card. And now we're going to move on to the bag. And okay, so this was my original design, and even though I was like, okay, let's decorate the front and make sure we decorate the front, I still glued the flaps the wrong way towards the front instead of towards the back. So This one I did right, and that one with the flaps toward the back. So this one, I stamped the bats and then punched them out. And I used the spider paper. I'll show you how that comes. It's really cute. It's on the cauldrons. So you get a sheet it's got cauldrons that you can cut out with the cauldron framelit. Like this. And then you can also cut out the kitty cats, but not the frogs. And then you've got these strips to use, and then I saw the strip of spiders and I could not resist. So that's what I used on my second bag. And we're gonna use something even different on the third bag. And I did not design this bag. This was a design by Linda Heller. I found it on Pinterest and I thought it was adorable. And so I copied it. So just know this is not my design. All right, so now we're going to bring in our paper. So I'm using the adorable green paper. And look at the frogs! They're on the back of the witch's hat paper, which is very hard to cut up because those witch's hats are so cute. But we're gonna glue the frogs, and this piece is 7.5 by 4.25. I'm taking the dimensions exactly from her design. This strip is supposed to be a 1/2 inch or a 7.5 by a 1/2 inch, but I just went with, you know, where I thought the frogs were cutest, and cut. I think I cut about 3/4 of an inch. It looks like 3/4. So we're gonna glue that. So this will be the top of the bag where the strip of paper is. And then I'm gonna bring in my Simply Scored scoreboard. Nope, it goes this way. And I've lost 2 of my markers, so I couldn't put markers on all of mine. But, so you're gonna score it at 2.5, 3, 3.5, and then 6, 6.5, and 7. And then you're gonna turn where the top of the bag is to the right. And you're gonna score again at 1 inch. And that will be the bottom of the bag down here. So we're done with the scoreboard. Y'all don't see me use the scoreboard very often because I only use it around this time of year because I usually just make cards and scrapbooks, and I don't do any kind of treat bags or anything very often, except this time of year. Okay, so I'm snipping the bottom so we can make the bottom of our bag. Oh yeah, actually I need to fold first. Okay, so start at the end that's got the extra 1/2 inch hangover here, and you're gonna fold mountain, and then valley, and then mountain. And then you're gonna come down here, do another mountain, valley. Since this is designer series paper and another mountain, you don't need to burnish, because if you burnish, you risk actually ripping your paper when it's the DSP. If it's cardstock, you want to burnish it. So you could do this in like solid colored cardstock that you stamped on, but just make sure you burnish the cardstock. So I'm going to fold all my bottom pieces, and then I'm going to snip this one off because this little 1/2 inch one doesn't need to be there. And then, so this, wait, let's see, this will be the front. And we're going to put tape on this part because that's going to be hidden, and that's going to be what connects it to the other side. I stuck a punch down on top of my tape. And so I'm not actually going to tape it yet. I just want to get the tape there. It's kind of easier before you put the bottom together to put the tape down. Okay, so I am going to, let's see, which one's, so this is the front. We want to put this part down last. So I'm going to fold it back so I don't accidentally do it, because you know I will. And so I'm going to put tape here. And this is the Terran tape. If you have Tombow Extreme, that's what I really like for bags. That's what used to be Fast Fuse. Really like that for bags. But I can't find it. I took it to my ladies' retreat for a project. I'm sticking this one here, and then I'm going to stick down the other flap. And yeah, I took it to my ladies' retreat, and I know I came home with the stuff because most of the stuff is back out of the bag, but I cannot find the other. And see, this one overhung a little, but it's not interfering I have a little bit of overhang on that one, but it's not interfering with the construction of the bag, so I'm going to leave it. So this one will go down now. But yeah, I can't find my fast fuse. And once I learned how to use that stuff, I really began to love it. And then they retired it. But you can get it. Okay. So, but tear and tape works pretty well. So there's the bottom, and so this will be our front. And then we're just gonna take off the tape on the side and put this together. Just have to be careful, you know, that it's straight when you start pressing it down. And then, you know, fold it in so you have your little gusset. And then, okay, here's the front. And what did I decide we're going to do with that? Oh yeah, so I'll show you. I'm not going to bring the big shot over, but I'll show you what I did. This is one of my favorite dies in the whole set. It's really cool. And oh, that's where my foil paper is. It's got to be on the big shot, but it's not, so never mind. Anyway, so I cut this out of the black foil paper. You can see it's shiny. So we'll use this. So I cut that out using the spiderweb die. And I've seen where people have, and actually it's in the catalog, where you cut out 4 of these and then put them all around. You put one here, here. So go all the way around and then cover it with a ribbon so you can't tell that it's all detached, and it's really cute. Okay, so we did that. And then I got we have the witch's hat paper. And on the witch's hats, I just decided I wasn't going to big shot on screen today. So with the witch's hat, look how cute these are. I mean, you can color them too. I'll show you. Well, I actually don't know if I've colored. Oh yeah, here, I colored this one. So here's a card I did where I colored the witch's hat. And I used the Granny Apple Green blends, and I think the Light Mango Melody, and then the Blackberry Bliss. And, oh, and this is the cauldron. I colored the cauldron on this one. This is the black Stampin' Blends. I used both colors, and then I also used the color lifter to get some of that color off. And then I think this was Real Red, Cajun Craze, and Mango Melody on the flames. So that's not part of the video, but I wanted to show you, you can also stamp and color the hats and cut them out. But look how many cute, adorable hats there are. There are so many, and they're all so cute. So I'm using this one, and all I did was cut it out of the paper using the little hat die, wherever that went. Oh, it's right here. So, but you can cut all kinds of adorable little hats out, and you don't have to be able to draw cute little sunflowers on them because they've got sunflowers on some of them. So there you go. So we're doing that, and then we're going to bring in our tag and our spider. So I think we'll glue this down first. Let's see where we want it. Like here-ish, because it doesn't have to stay inside the lines because it's not going in the mail. Yep, that's cute. And if I'd been thinking, I would have, we have the multi-purpose adhesive sheets, and you can run it through the Big Shot already attached to the sheet. And I've even seen people, but though I've had no success with this, where they run it through the Big Shot and then stick the die on the sticker sheet, and then when it comes off, it's got sticker on it, but I just made a huge mess doing that. So if you can do that, good for you. And if you can't, you're not alone, because I can't either. Okay, so now the hat, we're going to put that on dimensionals. So I went a little dimensional here, and then big dimensionals everywhere else. All right, and then that is a cute hat. Now we just need to put on the ribbon and the tags. So I did the ribbon for the handles, and like you can see, I did big handles here, smaller handles here. I kind of like the big handles better, so maybe we'll go with the big handles. And so you need 5 inches of ribbon for each handle. And now I've lost a second pair of scissors. Nope. I just actually put them back in the right place where they go. So, and then another 5 here. All right, and we're just glue dotting these on. Not with those are too small. All right. So what I do is I look and I see which side looks shinier, and then I choose that to be the side that the glue dot goes on the front. So then I'm gonna stick it kind of in, like, you know, right at the edge, and then do the same here. Stick the glue dot on the front. And then it comes through the back and you think you've actually, then you look at it and it looks like it's hanging out of the back. Oh, that's cute. And then here we're gonna do, you can also bring the handles in a little bit. And glue dots, right here. Nope, right here, right here. I can't figure out where my glue dots are. But that's me on video, I lose it all. And one more. And I'm just gonna, I got an extra on my finger. I'm just gonna kind of measure up with the other one to see, to make sure I kind of get the right length, because I want them to be the same length. But I'm gonna move this one over because that looks weird. Okay, so we're good. And now we just need a little tag, and the tag will hang down over here, and that'll make, oh, and then, yeah, so. All right, this tag, what we're gonna do, oh wait, I am big shotting on camera because I'm gonna show you how I did the tag. Okay, where's my stamp? It's right here. This is the No Tricks, Just Treats, and this one is also from Spooky Sweets. The Happy Halloween that was on the other card, I don't know if I told you that was from the Toil Trouble. So this is from Spooky Sweets. We're gonna just stamp on a piece of Whisper White. And I think we need Granny Green for that one. So let's. Could also use Pumpkin Pie. I think that's got both Pumpkin Pie and Mango Melody in it, in that witch's hat right there. Because both are listed as colors for the paper. And I'm gonna put it here. And that's cute. It's adorable. And then I am gonna bring the big shot over. But then we're almost done. Let me just move stuff so I have room for it. Okay. Oh, I don't want to lose my spider. Stick them up there. Okay, so this is one of the dies from the farmhouse framelits. I'll show you what those are. Those are these framelits. And you can actually even use this fence and kind of break it down and make it look all graveyard fancy, like spooky. And there's a house in the farmhouse stamp set that you can cut with this. I mean, this is a Christmas set, but you can do a lot of Halloween stuff with this set. So, so you can also make the house look all, you know, haunted. Anyway, this is a stitched label from there. And I'm going to cut it. I'm going to cut it at the top edge of the sentiment. And I'm going to probably stick my head in your way so I can see, make sure I'm cutting it right. And then I'm going to come over here, like that. And so on this one, you've got stitching. So what I'm doing is I'm kind of fiddling with it. Until the grooves on the die, like I feel them kind of pop into the stitches on the label. That way you don't end up with overlapping stitches, because that doesn't look very good. So I felt those pop in, and so now I'm just going to cut it a second time to get it down to the size that I want it to be. You could also, instead of cutting off this part, you could also just have it longer and then stamp something else or decorate it down there or something. So, but now we have it the size we want it. I love that die. It's been kind of one of my go-to dies so far with the holiday palette. And we're gonna, I'm actually not sure if we carry this anymore. This is the 1/8 inch circle punch. I think we carry it, but I can never remember which of the 1/8 and 1/16 we carry anymore. But this is 1/8, and it's, where's my bag? Oh, there it is. So we're gonna tie it on and give it a little spider and see how it looks. But see, I think we want to tie it onto this one so it doesn't get in front of our beautiful hat. Where'd my twine go? It's right here. So that's what I think we're gonna do. Nope, that's not how I did it. Okay, first I have to cut the twine off of the roll. I'm so glad they finally started doing it in rolls. Not finally, but I'm glad they started doing it in rolls so that we don't have to deal with those kinks that we used to get in the ribbon or in the twine. Okay, so let me get our spider. These spiders, y'all. And you can take off the jump ring, like if you wanted to put the spider on with a glue dot, like have the spider on the hat. But I figure this hat already has a spider. So we'll just hang him on the jump ring on. Maybe. Yesterday, I kept dropping the spider off of the twine, like every single time I tried to do this. Oh, and actually, let's do it on the other. I'm going to do it on the other, on this side of it, so that it doesn't hang like to the side of the bag. And there. And then, oh, why are you doing that? Don't do that. And if your spider won't stay in place, you can always like stick him exactly how you want him to be, just like stick him down with a glue dot, which might be what I end up doing. Okay, y'all, so with pregnancy, my fingers have grown. And so it's kind of weird for me because I always have these freakishly tiny fingers and I can like tie the tiniest bows. And everyone's like, I can't believe you can tie such tiny bows. But I can. But now, like, I can, my fingers are so clumsy. And I think my fingers must have grown while if I'm pregnant. So I'm hoping that that's not one of those body changes that sticks around when it's done. Hoping I'll go back to freakishly tiny fingers so I can still tie teeny tiny bows with ease. Okay. This one. Yep, that's cute. That's cute. And then I think I'm actually going to stick this on a dimensional so it'll stay kind of more in place. Let's see where we want it. Kind of like right there. And then the spider, you need to stay down. And then we'll pop in. Cute with our, and there you go. So we've got our little shopping bags. Get that out of the way. And we've got our card that we made wherever that landed. Oh, under this stamp set right here. And if you order from my online store, which you can find at sarahk.stampinup.net, Sarah is spelled S-A-R-A-H, and then the letter K at stampinup.net. If you shop in my store, make sure you go to my blog first, preparetodye.net, and get the monthly host code. I would give it to you right now, except that today's August 31st, and I probably won't get the video posted until tomorrow, and I don't have September's host code set up yet. I'll do that tonight. So, so just check my latest blog post for the September host code to see what that is. And then you'll be able to use that when you shop. All right, thanks for joining me. Talk to you soon. Bye.